welcome to the Comic Cinema Review with your host, the Dirty Pilgrims and the Dick Podcast.
Welcome everybody to the Comic Cinema Review. We got the Dirty Pilgrims and the Dick Podcast in the house. Welcome Drizzle.
Hey party people.
Welcome Mac.
What's up, world?
And of course, the queen of the Dirty Pilgrims Network. How are you doing, Pereckee?
Good.
All hail the queen. All hail.
Oh hell. Oh hell. See, this is why my soundboard would be great. Anyway, let's go.
All right. For today's episode, we got a kind of different approach. We're actually going to get into the leaks and rumors of all the upcoming, or a couple of the upcoming Marvel movies. And the thing about these leaks is they're all coming from one source. All these leaks I got from one source. I've been following, if anyone knows, Hello My Time to Shine. I don't know his exact username, but he's on Reddit, and his leaks have been very, very accurate that I've been following for a few months now. Including like leaking quotes that are coming out in the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer that came out. All of the What If episodes, very accurate. Anyway, so we're going to start off with Spider-Man No Way Home. Everyone excited about this movie, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Not really.
Not really? Spider-Man No Way Home? Not really excited, Drizzle?
No, not one bit.
You lying
I'm excited to get over with. No, it's just there's so many leaks. It's like you hope that they're true, and if they're not, it'll just bum you out. Like I think we all know everyone's excited because they think Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are going to be in it, and if they happen not to be in it, like they're just like some CGI Spider-Mans, then that'll ruin everyone's expectations, including mine.
All right,
that's why.
So the leaks are going to go like this. Both I have leaks for the story of Spider-Man No Way Home and Doctor Strange 2. So I have the synopsis pretty much, and then I'll have certain leaks that go into different things about it. So I'll try to break between the synopsis to let you guys jump in here and comment about it. So Spider-Man No Way Home. It starts, Peter is sad and alone because he killed Mysterio. He cries and sleeps alone in the streets. I don't know how believable that is, but...
Well, I believe that's because he outed him as Peter Parker Spider-Man, so he'd have to be in the streets.
All right. So next, he goes to Doctor Strange seeking help, and Strange shows him that he caught 5 villains from the multiverse: Sandman, Electro, Lizard, Doc Ock, and Rhino. So I guess one of them is crying because he remembers the Spider-Man of his universe killing him, and he asks Peter to set him free. Peter agrees for some reason, maybe because he's stupid. That's what the leaker said. I don't know. So he beat the crap out of Doctor Strange and steals the key to the prisons and sets them all free. Then the villains blow the shit out of New York City, and so Peter has to stop them.
I think I think some parts of it legit. I think the one who was crying would be the Green Goblin. Just from like they released pictures, and like Green Goblin has that one look on his face, like he's trying to be sympathetic, kind of like he was with Tobey Maguire at the end of his movie, where he's like, Peter, help me, blah blah blah, and then he's an asshole, Yeah. Ha psych. So that's what I think, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with that because that seems a little more on a Green Goblin crying.
All right. So next we got Doctor Strange calls upon Tobey Parker and Andrew Parker to help the MCU Peter to stop the villains. Electro gets very upset when he sees Andrew Parker because he also remembers Andrew Parker killing him in the universe, but he doesn't cry like the other villains, but instead goes straight for Andrew Parker, and they have a sick-ass fight.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
And we also got to remember Electro's Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Apparently he's super sick in this, or he looks cool. I hated his look in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Like, why does he have to look like electricity? Why can't he look like the sick-ass comic book character? You know, with the bolts. I mean, the headband thing with the little star. I guess that's kind of wonky. But the color scheme, the whole he's not made out of blue. Like he's not the Blue Man Group. Come on. I hated that one. That one was so with the little chip in his head that this is how I stay connected. Like
they should figure some way to work the star mask in. Update it. Something.
He could have sunglasses that are stars.
Oh yeah.
Maybe we'll
special
see it
mask.
In the multiverse, huh?
Yeah.
Maybe. But I mean, if you look at his Jamie Foxx's look right now with the leaks, he's just got like a jacket with like the color scheme and it looks kind of sick. Like if it was just that, I'd be okay with it. You know, he didn't need to look, as long as he's not part of the Blue Man Group, we're all good. Like that's the only thing I had a huge complaint about. He looked like a nerd in the beginning and then now he's like sick ass Blue Man Group. No, that didn't work for me.
So the leaker, that's all he had for the synopsis on Spider-Man No Way Home. He has a lot more on Doctor Strange 2, but that's it for that one.
Also, I don't like that word leaker. Like the leaker. Like, why can't we call him the ejaculator?
Well, maybe you know how you ejaculate, but you pre-cum? And that can still get the
whole
bitch
point
pregnant.
of the ejaculation is to show you what's going on.
No. The ejaculation is when the movie comes out because everyone gets off on it.
Well,
but
dude,
the
when I do
is just you.
Well, hold on. I don't know about you, sir, but when my thing of ejaculations, I'm not covering the wall and making a new color. I'm just giving you a necklace that you've been wanting.
Honestly, my shit is pretty much coughing at this point where if I get a dribble of spit out of there, I'm happy. I've jerked that shit off so bad, there's nothing else that'll come out of that bad boy.
That's because you got a narrow urethra.
Is that colon cancer? I gotta get this checked out. All right.
It's like trying to pass through a straw, but it's bent.
Which universe did I just end up? Because I want back in my original.
This is the colon universe.
This is the multiverse of madness. Yeah. That's what we should have called our podcast, the multiverse of madness.
Oh, that's a good name. Should make up an entirely different new podcast just to.
All right, name. Just to satisfy the name, let's do it.
Are we down? Right. The multiverse of madness. The multiverse of madness podcast.
Honestly, there's only one mom in the group, so it won't work.
That's true.
Why? What do you mean?
So moving on to leak number 2. There's a big action scene between Tom and Dafoe on the Queensboro Bridge where he uses the pumpkin bombs to blow up the bridge.
Are we confirming this real or fake? Everyone's answer?
Wait, what?
Is this a real or fake? Is this a fact or cap?
This is fact. I mean, you literally seen the Green Goblin. The Defoe's in the movie. He's confirmed. Like everything's like this is gonna happen.
So your answer would be fact.
Yeah.
Fact.
All right. Let's move on to the other contestant. I'm just kidding. I mean, we saw that trailer, the pumpkin bomb on the fucking bridge. So it's got to be legit, you know. So it's like, you know, oh, is it possible Dr. Octavia shows up? Yeah.
So leak number 3 is from the start. Norman tries to come up with an evil scheme, but Otto and Sandman initially refuse to take part in it, so he mind controls them. Norman is using tech. The leaker believes it was Stark tech to mind control the villains. This is why some of them, like Ock and Sandman, are actually acting bad.
Oh. That'd be interesting to throw in some Stark tech into there to kind of help out, you know, because the whole Spider-Man's all they use is Osborn tech, and since they haven't introduced Norman Osborn, you know, you have to go with Stark tech. Who's over there running Stark tech that all these villains have this shit?
Scavenge Stark tech though.
I don't know, but Pepper Potts, that bitch ain't doing shit. She's still mourning for Tony. All the damn weapons are out there.
How rich do you think she is now, though? She hit the bank.
She's like the Oprah of that universe.
Hell yeah. I call her Oprah Potts.
You get evil tech. You get evil tech. You get evil tech. Everyone gets evil tech.
It's like she went into the room with all these people, had all this tech there, and she's just like, "Huh, I never noticed this other side of the room." Like,
Oh wait. The people would just be stealing all of Stark's shit and be like, "Oh no, we work here. It's okay. Don't I knew Tony really well, and she's like, "That's probably true. He never told me shit." All these like third world dictators are stealing Stark robots. They're just like, "We have a business deal. Aren't you the Taliban? Who the fuck?"
We knew it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. True. I agree. But
All right, on to the next one. So we got Strange only has a small role in the film. Tom Holland and the two Spideys and the Sinister Six are the main characters. I guess that's easy to believe that Doctor Strange has a small role in the movie.
Most of the League. He was in a lot of the League trailer, though.
Yeah, but
Wait,
but maybe they just filmed.
They're doing that so they can hide other
We're
things.
talking about Mom, right?
No, we're talking about
about Mom.
No, we're talking about Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, he
he's gonna
probably
have a very
does
small
have
role.
just the one scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah, one or two.
Yeah.
Maybe one at the
Maybe
end.
a couple. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they have the scene where they're running and everything's getting all crazy in that thing, and they also
Where he's
have the
chasing
scene where
them.
he's doing the magic for him.
yeah, but what happens? Peter fucking knocks him into another dimension at the time, or another multiverse.
Maybe it's kind of like in.
Oh, I see too many eyes. What's up with his eyes?
Just because this one, okay, so the next one is Doctor Strange movie, like that's what they're building up to. So somehow does he get lost in like another multiverse? Like Peter kicks him somewhere, or like how is he not going to be in the movie? That doesn't
We'll
make
get
sense.
into that
Hey,
a little bit later,
all this
Drizzle.
magic fucked up, so I'm going to take off.
Well, I
We'll
mean,
get into that a
remember
little bit
Thor, where he was in that movie for like 15 minutes. 10
But he
minutes?
wasn't built up to be in that
5-10
movie.
minutes. Yeah, he was. And I think that's going to be almost akin, maybe a little larger role for Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, but mostly akin to what you're saying.
And plus, some of that scenes were already shot and put into another movie. It wasn't in the Doctor Strange movie. At the end, that's like the post-credit scene where he's talking to Thor, like, "So if I help
But
you
there's
find
also a
Odin, you're
longer-
out of here."
They just took that
But
from the
slightly
movie.
longer. Yeah, like there was only a couple scenes that they added to.
Well,
the
yeah,
Thor movie.
true, but it's more like they cut it from there and put it in the end credits.
Some shit. I don't know, man. I'm just saying.
Anyway,
he wasn't like advertised to be part of that movie. Like, hey,
of course.
this is a Doctor Strange movie. Doctor Strange is literally in the Spider-Man trailer doing all this stuff, creating this whole fucking villains coming out of somewhere. You can't tell me he's only going to be in it for a little bit. If he's only going to be in it for a little bit, you better put Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire in a lot of it.
That will get on to a further leak. Anyway, moving on to the next leak. Green Goblin will be the de facto main villain. I mean, that's pretty obvious, so I think we could just skip over this one. Tom, this is weird because I think he wrote this wrong. Or she, I think it might be a she. Tom's Peter has a John Walker moment and beats Goblin out of rage. I think he meant Toby's Peter has a John Walker moment and beats Goblin out of rage.
Who's John Walker?
So he was the U.S. agent in what was it? Winter Soldier and Falcon, or Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV show. And John Walker was the one that just kept beating that dude to death. Nobody remembers this? Did anyone watch
So
Falcon
Tom
and the Winter Soldier?
kills him to death?
We watched,
I don't
three
think so, but I think he
Couldn't
beats the shit out of him, and he has to get pulled off him. I'm thinking something like that.
So that means he must have hurt MJ or something. Damn, how crazy would it be if he he opened up a multiverse and hit MJ in there?
That'd be crazy.
Mhm.
Huh.
So now he
There's
has to
a
go
lot of
look for
shit in
MJ. Kind of like in the comics and in the TV series. The Green Goblin like creates a portal, throws MJ in it, and then she's lost forever. Like he can't find her. Like no one can find where MJ went. Have you guys seen that?
That's sad.
You never seen that? In the animated series, Green Goblin makes this portal, knocks MJ into it, and MJ's lost. And Peter's like guilt ridden, like what the hell happened to MJ? And then later on, MJ somehow manages to reappear back into his life. She doesn't remember what happened. They get married. Later on, you find out that Hydro Man tries to take her. and like make her his bride. And then you find out later Hydro Man loves her because she's made out of water too. She's a copy. She's not really MJ.
Oh.
So later on when she's like turning into like, and again he's married to her already, and he's like holding her while she's starting to like evaporate, like start turning into water, and she's like, I'm a copy of the real. If I'm the copy of the real MJ, just let you know she really loves you. And then fucking evaporates, and you just the worst Spider-Man cry ever, like screaming. Like if you look it up on YouTube, it's crazy. I remember it as a kid too. And then finally at the end, Madam Web's like, "Hey Peter, I found MJ. Like we can go get her." And then the series, Madam the whole anime series is like cut. Yeah, but the whole series was cut, so it left off on that. They didn't make the next season.
Send me a link to
that. Well,
they
should add it to this one.
Right.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. But it's a crazy.
All of us.
All right, let's move on to the next leak. We got about 6 more in this fucking movie. So the leak number 7, Toby and Andrew have about 40 minutes of screen time. So that was to your question earlier, Drizzle. 40 minutes of screen time for Toby and Andrew.
So it's gonna be like a group of Spider-Mans going around saving the day for.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be an ensemble towards the end. Maybe the second or third act is when we get Toby and Andrew, and it's just all 3 of them.
Is it gonna be like Spider-Man Into the Universe, where like him and Peter Parker are together, like the whole?
I think that's what made it. They wanted to do something like that was because of how big the fucking cartoon movie did. They wanted
it was
to
so
kind
good.
of throw that in.
Fuck, that movie was great. God damn.
It was a good movie. Definitely good. Second movie might be coming out, I think, next year.
Yeah, nice. Next year or the year after? I don't know. Yeah, but I know
they can see either 22 or 23 for sure.
Like all right, the next leak.
Yeah, Spider-Man Across the Universe.
Oh, is that what it's called? Across the Multiverse?
Know, some shit.
Yeah.
Across some shit. I don't know.
So the next leak, they filmed multiple death scenes, but they will be going with Aunt May. Do you guys believe that, or fact or cap? What do you think, Drizzle?
I think it could be a fact, but I think that'd be stupid for them to lose.
So hot, right, Teresa May or
Marissa Tomei, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait,
he's right. You're wrong.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
sorry,
she's fucking
I'm just thinking
gorgeous.
about that ass.
Dude, tell me about it. You should see Cousin Vinny. Anyway,
but I think that's a good death because everybody's gotten so attached to her that it would really hurt the audience.
But in a horrible way. Oh, so he lost his Uncle Ben, and now he's gonna lose his Aunt May. No, man, Aunt May needs to be the fucking head, the person that keeps him grounded.
I mean, she gets brought back, but she never, officially dies.
But like in Infinity War and Endgame, they prove they don't care; they'll kill anyone.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so but people that don't want to be in it, I've never heard Marissa
is up. You know what I mean?
Huh?
Anyone who has a contract up.
Yeah, but the thing is, she's hardly in it.
Aunt May movie. I'm suing.
But like, no, you can't lose Aunt May. Aunt May is like the glue that holds them together. And like, if you ever see any of his revenge comics or revenge cartoons, anyone that messes with Aunt May, he like loses it.
And it really takes away from her.
Aunt May getting lost? I was going to say, what if Aunt May gets killed and it makes it so the other 2 Peter Parkers have to be there to bring him back?
No, I don't think that's going to.
You know what? I had this theory about that. Is that if they try to go with the cartoon, the main Peter that helps Miles is like kind of like a deadbeat Spider-Man. He lost Mary Jane, like not because of violence or anything. It's because their marriage couldn't last. Like, imagine they try to do almost like that, but they try to warn Peter like about MJ. Like Andrew Garfield's love interest died, like he lost her because he was Spider-Man. So maybe he'll try to warn her about that, and then maybe Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man will be the deadbeat where he lost Mary Jane and tries to warn him like, hey, we're all falling in the same fate of losing our MJs. Like we need it, or like try to help him out, and that's.
I'm just looking forward to Orphan Peter.
and that's another thing. You can't leave him an orphan. Who's going to watch Peter? He's not out of high school yet.
It doesn't make sense. I don't want to believe it.
Well, but
Yeah.
they never had, none of the Spider-Man movies so far have showed like Tom Holland go through trauma, and that's usually kind of the first thing in the Spider-Man series. Like
his go-to dad, Tony Stark, died, and he was all fucking bummed about it.
Yeah, you're right. And sort of that Mysterio guy was kind of a father figure too, and he double-crossed him as well.
I guess that's their equivalent to Uncle Ben, because they've done it so many times they don't want to do it, that they did Tony Stark and fucking Mysterio. Or, like they're like, oh, this is your Uncle Ben.
And they're saying this is the last movie of the Homecoming series, the trilogy. And what if this is like a precursor to Tom Holland no longer being that little kid that like the one that always is looking up to a father figure, but now he might have to be the father figure.
Yeah, now he's
like
Dick and Mary Jane.
He's got to be the new Tony Stark, the leader in charge, like who knows, and for all we know, if he is able to be in another Avengers movie, how do we know he might not take up the Tony Stark mantle and like lead the new wave of Avengers?
Yeah, and then he's shooting web into Pepper Potts, if you know what I mean, All right, with that one, let's move on to the next leak. Venom has a cameo.
Yeah, I see that. As a small cameo.
End credit scene, you think?
Something like that. I think so. Because if you guys saw Venom 2, it kind of leaves it to that.
Yeah, of course. He's brought there during what you assume is the
multiverse changing.
Yeah, when Doctor Strange makes the spell in for everyone to forget that Peter is Spider-Man in Spider-Man No Way Home, which I left out of the synopsis because that's obvious, right? Everyone knew that.
What?
That Doctor Strange does. Are you fuck? I'm not even going to answer that one. So next week, Matt Murdock will be Peter's lawyer.
Next ejaculation.
Everyone's cool with just skipping over that one?
Wait, I didn't hear it because Drizzle talked over it.
Speaking. Shut up, Drizzle. Anyway, Matt Murdock will be Peter's lawyer. What do you guys think?
That could be cool, or it could not be cool.
Do you think it'll be the Daredevil from the Netflix series if it is Matt Murdock, or they'll choose an entirely different person?
Well, I mean, it's a multiverse situation, so it could be either or.
No, I think they'd pick somebody different because they want to draw. And Netflix is a competing streaming service. They don't want to hype up something that's on a competitor. Really, that would be a silly move for Disney to do.
No, okay, so if they put Matt Murdock into the Amazing Spider or the Spider-Man sequel, it would actually be dope because they're reintroducing the Daredevil character, which now they own the rights to. They can't make the same exact show on Netflix, but at the same time, they can take that character and all the rights because now they own them. That deal with Netflix is done. They're out of there. So the next thing about Matt Murdock is they love Charlie Cox so much they want to bring him back in, and they want to give him some kind of role. Supposedly, these are great ejaculations that they might be casting him in the new She-Hulk TV series. Ooh! So he'll have some scenes in there, and they've shown concepts of what his outfit will look like, and they're going with the old school version of Daredevil. Looks kind of sick. That totally makes sense.
Two lawyers, fucking She-Hulk and fucking Daredevil. Yes!
Yeah, and he's been brushing off the question. They asked him, hey, are you going to be in the new Spider-Man as his lawyer? He's like, it'd be interesting. He's trying to run around it. It'd be cool. It'd be cool to have him in the movie as his lawyer. But the thing is, I think that whole trial scene is going to go out really quick, and they're going to realize, no, he didn't fucking murder him. He's a great superhero. He's backed up by Tony Stark. He was an Avenger. They're going to let it go, but the rest of the world's still going to know this is fucking Peter Parker. This is Spider-Man. And I think that's where it's going to come into play. I don't think it's going to come into play before the trial. None of that. It's going to be shifted to the trial's over. Charlie Cox says Daredevil has this quick cameo, and that's it. It's not going to be a prolonged thing where they give him so much screen time. They just kind of want to sprinkle a little dust on there and send him packing to the next show.
That makes sense. A little quick intro before they give him his. So you recognize him and know who's coming out when they do a movie with Drizzle him, and then his.
Drizzle just straight laying down the facts.
I'm just, just in case that's what it is, you know. And I hope they bring Charlie Cox back, because anyone that's seen that Daredevil TV show, it actually does bump. First season a little bit, but it picks up because they also bring in the Punisher in that one, not as the Punisher, but as Frank Castle becoming the Punisher. So it's even a great story to it. Great actors. I think Charlie Cox needs to be brought back, and I think he'll add on a great addition to the MCU universe.
I don't know. Punisher.
Yeah. One of our daughter's comic books, it's a Spider-Gwen comic book, and it has a version of Murdoch, but he's like a crooked lawyer.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like a Better Call Saul kind of guy.
Really?
And he works for the Kingpin. Like he's a bad guy.
Nice.
It's kind of
Is he blind still?
Yeah, he's blind. He's got these red sunglasses and he wears a suit and carries a samurai sword. It's pretty cool.
That's fucking badass, dude.
So he's like an evil version of Daredevil?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
He kind of works for the Kingpin, but he's just doing it for the money. And he's kind of like not entirely bad, but he's definitely not good.
Yeah. He's definitely not. Does anyone know what universe Spider-Gwen is from, or no one knows? Right? I know MCU 6 or menu. Yeah, you fucking nerd. Anyway, so which leads me to the next thing. No Miles Morales or Kingpin in the movie.
Not enough time.
Well, I mean, they're probably going to set up their own thing. You know what I mean?
Plus, maybe they got enough Puerto Ricans.
You can never have enough Puerto Ricans. Well, we cap it at 12.
No more. Can't do it.
Oh, there you
All
go.
right. So next leak.
Wait, did we finish that talk?
Yeah. So the next leak, the Sinister Six will all go back to their universe, but at the moment they were taken before their death. Except the Lizard and Sandman, who do not die in their universe, is what I'm guessing. But everyone else, I think, died in their movie. So they're brought, because basically they're pulled into the multiverse right before they die, I guess, is what I'm taking from this. And then they're put right, so they know basically as they're going back into the multiverse, they're about to fucking die. Like they're about to just end it, bro. But yeah,
that's fucked up.
I mean, can any of them stop their deaths like 2 seconds before it happens?
Oh, I like that quick thinking.
So
go ahead.
Is it like the what if ending? How everybody just got shot back?
That's what I'm assuming. That's all the info I have on Spider-Man No Way Home. That finished all the leaks.
Okay. Sorry.
Oh, bro. No more leaks. No more ejaculations.
All right, everybody. Let's get some plugs. Dick Podcast. What you got to plug?
We're on Twitter, Instagram, and Reddit. Feel free to hit us up, hang out with us, talk to us, blah, 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 you know.
All right. And feel free to look me up, Drawback on Spotify, Apple Music, and anywhere you stream music. I actually just released an album today. Oh, shit. Ghost of Drawback's Past is out, everybody. I actually released an album today. I fucking totally forgot. You know how it is when you release an album and you forget? Nobody?
No.
Just me. All right, well, go listen to that shit. It's actually fucking heat. Go rap over it if you're a rapper, and anyone else, just listen. Dirty Pilgrims, you got anything to plug?
Yeah, you want to plug in the Dirty Pilgrims podcast on Instagram. If you guys have any trouble looking us up, just go ahead and go to Google, type in Dirty Pilgrims podcast, and we'll be the first ones on that list, guaranteed. That was not. There we go. Yeah! So hit us up on the Dirty Pilgrims podcast. Let us know if you guys have anything you want to bring up. If you guys have any more leaks, send them through. I am reading our message inbox all the time. Every time.
Or leaks.
Pre-cum or ejaculations. Let me know. Don't call it leaks. Ejaculations. That's the word of the day. Anyway,
if you want
hit
to
us up.
Ejaculate on Drizzle, just go ahead and send it to the Dirty Pilgrims podcast.
Cut that out. Cut all that out.